welcome to my birthday kitchen. I am making my birthday dinner, and I'm going to do something very quick and easy and simple today because I don't want to work that hard because it's my birthday. So I'm making something that I can take to my mom, we can eat, and I'm going to show you what I'm making today. So I am making chicken and yellow rice. I'm going to make some canned peas. I know it's not exciting. I love peas. I'm going to just, because it doesn't take any effort, so I'm just going to warm up those little LeSueur peas. I'm going to use, this is the brand, if you like yellow rice, get Vigo. This one has the most flavor in it. I'm going to use the yellow rice, and I'm going to put some chicken in it, which is instant chicken and yellow rice. I like the yellow rice because it's more flavor than just plain old rice. I think it's so much better. And then I'm going to make something I've never made before, so it's a little bit of a risk. I'm going to make molten chocolate cakes. Have you ever had these before? I've had them before in restaurants. They're so good. Now this is called molten peppermint chocolate cakes, and I don't want peppermint, so I'm not making a peppermint. I'm just doing chocolate. But they only take like 10 minutes to bake, and they're little individual ramekins, and we're going to give it a try and hope and pray that it works out. So I have over here where you see the burner on, I have 4 cups of water because I kind of bought a big thing of rice. We have leftovers. So I'm going to cook the rice in the pan. And the rice, you just follow the directions on the pan. 4 cups of water to a boil. You're going to add 4 tablespoons, which is a quarter cup. Quarter cup of olive oil or butter. I recommend doing the oil. If you use the butter, it's a little gummier. It's better with the oil. Just do it with the oil. 4 tablespoons or a quarter cup of oil, and then you're going to put in this rice. You're going to cook it 20-25 minutes, and then stir in chicken. That's it. So the chicken, I thought I got that out. Oh, here it is. I cooked the chicken last night. So here's my chicken. I went ahead just to make it quick and easy. It's been in the refrigerator. It is baked chicken. I seasoned it with some poultry seasoning, some both red and black pepper, and some salt, and I baked it. And that's chicken breast. It's a couple chicken breasts that I shredded. So as soon as the rice is done, I'm just going to stir it and stir in the chicken. That's it. Okay, so while that's happening, we're going to get these cakes ready. And the cake, okay, the cake has to be cooked on 425. Okay, this is boiling, this water right here. So let me open up my rice. This is the easiest rice ever to make, and it's real good. Has all the seasonings in there. I hope. Look at that. It doesn't look like there's any in there. I hope there's seasonings in there. Supposed to be. All right, let's pour it in and see what happens. Oh, there it comes. Okay. It's just at the other end, I guess. Usually I see it when I open it. But this brand makes the deepest, darkest yellow rice. It has so much more flavor than other brands. Okay, stir it. We're going to turn it down. We're going to put on the timer for 25 minutes because I think it takes the whole 25 minutes. And we're going to turn it on low to simmer. Okay, so poof, that's all you need for the rice. So easy. Okay, so now we're going to do, I think I'm going to use this smaller burner though. I'm going to make the cake. Okay, this makes 4 little ramekins, and you can use custard cups, and these are oven proof, so I'm going to use these because look, aren't they cute? They're so cute. All right, so I'm going to make, it makes 4. So if you want more than 4, then just double the recipe, I suppose. Okay, so it needs a half a cup of butter, which is a stick of butter. Let me get that out here. Says to cube the butter, but then you're going to melt it, so I don't really know what. You can cube it if you want to. I'm not going to bother. You're going to heat the butter in the chocolate over low heat. Okay, so I also need to get out my eggs. Let me get those real quick. I should have gotten those out earlier, and I didn't. Get out my eggs here, and they want to roll. All right, let's put them in my holder over here. Okay, there's my eggs. Takes 4 eggs. These cakes are so good. Okay, now, let me see how this is boiling over here. I love the glass lids on those pans, so you can look, because once you cook rice, don't lift the lid. If you lift the lid, it will quit steaming and you will totally mess it up. Don't lift the lid on rice ever. Okay, so you're going to put half a cup or a stick of butter in the pan. Turn on the heat. Now, normally I would do this in the microwave, but I'm going to do it on the stove top today. If it says melt butter and chocolate, I'm doing it on the stove today, because then I think you just mix everything into this pan. So there you go. There's our stick of butter. And then it says you're going to put 4 ounces of bittersweet chocolate chopped. Okay, so I got this because it's, whoa, I'm dropping it. It says bittersweet chocolate. Look at there. Ooh, Ghirardelli chocolate is so good. And look, it even has a picture. It has a picture of a molten chocolate cake on it. So let's put this down here and chop this up. And then we're going to add that to the melting butter. I usually use chocolate chips, but since this was like the right amount, it's 4 ounces. And it's bittersweet chocolate, which it says to use, and it has a picture of the cake on it. We're doing this. Oh, look how good that looks. I could just so eat that. Let's just eat that and forget this. Okay, so I'm going to chop it, I guess. Take a knife. Kind of chop it up. And butter is bubbling over there. Go ahead and dump some of that in there. I hope these turn out. I think they will. I mean, when you're going to leave the cake half liquidy, I don't know how you can go wrong, right? If it's runny, it's good. I'm just kind of chopping it this randomly here. Pushing down on the knife, taking these bits, putting them in the pan. I don't want that too high. Kind of have it on medium-high right now. Does it tell you what to do it on? It says low heat. I don't ever do low heat. Too slow. So just watch it really close. I did turn it down. You don't want to scorch it. Okay. About halfway there. Chop, chop. Oops, I'm dropping it. Chop, chop, drop, drop. Oops, about knocked my pan over. I'm getting a little klutzy today. I'm also going to need the oven on 425, so apparently it's a really a hot oven that you bake these in. Have you ever made molten chocolate cake? Have you ever eaten molten chocolate cake? Say, I've had it a few times in a restaurant. My favorite one, they don't make it the same anymore, it just broke my heart. My favorite one was at Disney World in the Polynesian Resort. In their restaurant called the Kona Cafe, that's their restaurant upstairs. Not the buffet one, but just the regular sit-down restaurant. They may still have it, but they changed the recipe. But when they originally had it, it was the best chocolate, the best molten chocolate I'd ever had. But they changed the recipe, and I asked them, why did you change this recipe? It's not as good anymore. It's okay, but it's not good anymore. And they were like, well, because we needed a gluten-free item on our menu, and so we made this one gluten-free. I'm like, couldn't you make a different one gluten-free? You ruined it! It was so good. But, you know, that's what they do. Disney changes the recipes sometimes. But that melting chocolate cake is the best one I've ever had in my life. The original one, not the one now. Okay. Now, We're going to stir, and I'm going to turn it way down because we are just about melted here already. Pretty quick here. There you go. Butter and chocolate. Oh, yummy. Oh, so yummy. Look at that. Can we just eat that? I think I could. Okay, I do have it on real low right now because it's all melted. Just getting that out of the way. Okay, so we're done there. Now, I think I'm going to turn the heat off, actually. Okay, so, stirring constantly, transfer to, oh, it says transfer to a large bowl. Do we have to do that? Can we just mix it in there? I think I can just mix it in there. Okay, so we're going to add eggs. We're going to add 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks, a third a cup of sugar. I'm going to do the sugar first. Actually going to take it off the heat. There you go. Third a cup of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and add some of these in before the eggs because I don't want to put the eggs in really where it's really hot. So I'm going to give it a chance to cool a little. There's our third cup of sugar. Oh, this smells like fudge. Oh my goodness. Butter and chocolate and sugar. That's like the beginning of fudge, really. Okay, so then it also says, now it asks for a half a teaspoon of peppermint extract, but I don't want peppermint. I just want chocolate. So I'm going to add actually vanilla instead of the peppermint extract. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with a half a teaspoon. And these are my brand new gifts from my cousin Penny. My brand new measuring spoons. I love them. Pioneer Woman. Okay. Let that one dry. Let me stir in the vanilla. I'm assuming we can put the vanilla in instead of the peppermint, but if you want chocolate peppermint, go ahead and add just some peppermint here. Or you might could just leave that out, but I'm putting vanilla in it. Okay, so then we're going to add 1/8 a teaspoon of salt. Look at my new spoons I got. There's 1/8 of a teaspoon one. Ah, they're cute. Okay, so let's put in our 1/8 a teaspoon of salt. There we go. My rice is just bubbling just perfectly over here. Okay, stirring the salt. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to go ahead and do that next. Cup of flour. I'm going to level that off with a knife so it's nice and level. I stirred my flour with a whisk so it is not packed. So you see, this does not have much flour in it. There you go. Okay, let's see. That is everything except the eggs. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, besides move this out of the way, we got 14 minutes on that rice. I am going to put the eggs in a bowl and stir them. So let's move this back out of the way so you can see here. There's my bowl. Then I'm going to get, it calls for 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. So I'm going to do, let me see here, little cup. and do 2 eggs. Oops. There's 1 egg. Put in the bowl. Another egg. Another full egg. So 2 whole eggs. And then 2 egg yolks. Okay, so this is my favorite way to separate eggs. Use clean hands. Take your egg and put it in your hand. Let the white drop below. If you want to make something with the egg whites, you've got that, and then you have your yolk. Look at there. It's less likely to break that way. You can use all kind of things to separate. There's all kind of things you can get. To me, I feel like I have the most control this way, because see, this slips through your fingers. You can use the shells, go back and forth. It's a little more likely to cut it though. But look, perfect. Okay, there's that. I saw that on a cooking show one time, and it became my favorite way to do it ever since. All right, there we go. My oven. Oh, my oven is preheated. All right, so let's take my eggs and beat these up. Eggs and egg yolks. Then I am going to temper them. It doesn't tell you to do this in this recipe, but anytime you add eggs to something hot, you want to temper them so you don't cook your eggs. So take some of your mixture that's hot and dribble it in to get your eggs sort of used to it so you don't shock them. So just dribble a little bit of the hot mixture while you're stirring. Don't stop stirring. It's better to have room temperature eggs to do this, but I forgot to get them out, because then they're even less cold. Dribble some more in there. Add a little more. The closer you can get your eggs to, warm, the less likely they'll be to cook when you add them in. So I just do this a few times, since I'm just adding a little bit. I dripped some of that onto the stove. We don't want that. Get back up in there. Since I'm only adding little dribbles at a time, I'm doing it a few times. You could pour this if you'd rather, but I'm not doing that. It's hard to do one thing with one hand and another thing with the other. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good here. Now that we have some of it mixed, we're going to then add the egg mixture into this. So get ready before you start. Get your whisk and start stirring. And then add it in. And keep stirring. You don't stop stirring. And then your eggs just don't know what happened. They don't know what happened to them because you're stirring. That's my theory. Okay. The rest of it in here. And poof, they are mixed in and blended. Look how good that looks. Oh, look at that. Okay. Then it says you're going to pour them into 4 ramekins or little custard cups. And you're going to only bake it for a few minutes. We have 9 minutes left on the rice. Okay. Now, let me get a little scraper here. Let me find one. Here's one. Make sure I didn't forget anything. 1/2 cup of butter, 4 ounces of chocolate, 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of either peppermint or vanilla or something, salt and flour. Okay, that's all. That's all. Then you're going to grease. It says, let me see. So you want 6-ounce custard cups. That's what these are. Or ramekins. And you're going to grease them. Okay, here we go. So I don't know if you want to use, how you want to grease them. You can grease them how you want. I'm going to spray them. Make this, that spray's empty. Let's try another one. I don't know why I still have it if it's empty. If you want to grease them by hand, you can. That's just faster. And then we're going to pour them in here. I don't know how much to put in, but I'm going to try to do them even. I don't know how much we have. I have never done this before. So let's just put a little bit in and see where we get. I guess they're really, really going to puff up. So it's going to be about halfway, it looks like. They definitely need more in the first one here. Ooh, these smell so chocolatey. And then we're going to bake them at 425. This is really going to be more like 3/4 once I get all this scraped out of here. I hope these are big enough. It says 6-ounce ramekins, and that's what these are. I measured them. Because they actually don't say how big they are on them. But I measured them with water, and they hold 6 ounces. I think I have more in the other ones than I do these. Suddenly, I was out. I'll try to get them even as I can here. Try to get every drop out of here. So this makes like chocolate pudding cake, kind of. Molten chocolate cakes. Oh, this is going to be so good. Okay. Now, this one's a little full, so I'm going to take a little bit out of that one and put it over here. You probably don't have to be this exact, but I want them to bake the same, you know. So I'm going to be this exact. What is this? More like 2/3 of the way full? All right, that's not bad right there. Okay, then it says you are going to bake them for 10 to 12 minutes. That's all. On a baking sheet. Okay, so I'm putting them on the baking sheet. Doesn't say that you add any water to the baking sheet. You're just putting them on the baking sheet. Yes, I do make things like that sometimes. Put them on the baking sheet. 10 to 12 minutes. So we're going to check it at 10 minutes. Setting that timer over there. There's our 10 minutes. We have 6 minutes left for the rice. Then it says to check it to see if it's 160 degrees. That's going to be challenging. So I'm like, okay, I have to take its temperature. So I got a thermometer and I'll check one of them to see if it goes to 160. I guess that's when it's the right temperature. So, all right, I'll stick the thermometer in one of them, I guess, and we will find out if that's the right things. We got 5 minutes for the rice. So let me get my dishes over here. I want to wash off my little cutting board. And then I will be ready to go. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's only 12:20. Okay, I'm really good then. 12:30. Yep, that's about the time I normally leave. So this is perfect timing for when I normally go anyway. So we are washing that. We're going to put all this stuff in the dishwasher. And then all I have to do is stir that chicken into the rice. And we're done with that. Alright, let's see what we have here. Take all of these dishes, put them in the dishwasher. I'm going to wash my whisk. I don't usually put my whisk in the dishwasher because those little things seem to rust. So I just wash the whisks by hand. We have 4 minutes. Since it's so close, I figured we would just stay and let you watch the rice. I'll show you the rice. Trying to get all this stuff to fit in here. My dishwasher getting a little bit cold. I'm baking all the stuff for Christmas. I'm going to be doing my dishes today. I usually run my dishwasher on Sunday. The thing when you're alone, you only have to do it once. Same with laundry. You know, I have 1 load of laundry a week. That's it. 1. I don't have much laundry, I don't have much dishes, and I don't have much company. It's less work, but it's also really lonely. Okay, so we have 2 minutes. This was never, ever anything near what I expected my life to be. I thought I would have a family of my own. Husband, children, grandchildren by now even, or possibly. That was the life I expected. Didn't get a single bit of it. What did I get instead? Nothing. Nothing instead. Oh, yay. That's what I wanted. Nothing. Do I understand why this is my life? I sure do not. Could it be worse? Yep, could be worse, but it sure could be better. So, for 2021, my resolution is receive a better life? Maybe. I hope one is coming. And if you want a better life as well, I hope one is coming for you too. But the things that has made my life better than it was the Lime life. You wouldn't think, well, how on earth does that make, well, whoop-de-doo, you know? Nope, it has really brought so much to my life. More friends than I have ever had in my life. They don't live here with me, but they do help fill some of the emptiness when I do get to see them. Of course, with the virus, you know, a lot of it's virtual now, but hey, I will take it. I will take virtual friends because it's something, you know? It's something. More than what I had before. Okay, here we go. It is time to check the rice. I'm just cleaning up the mess. Here we go. Turn that off. Turn that off. Let's check and see if it's done. I always make sure rice is done because once in a while it's sneaky and it's not done. But it should be done. Look at that. Now see, look how much color and stuff is in this rice compared to other brands of yellow rice. So let's check. Make sure it is not crunchy. If it's crunchy, ugh, crunchy rice is bad. That's good. Make sure there's not a lot of liquid in there. So I stir the rice. And we're going to add this chicken. And look, chicken and yellow rice. Instantaneous chicken and yellow rice. Poof, we are done. And I added a lot of flavor to that chicken with poultry seasoning, salt and pepper. Baked it, shredded it. And then we're just going to stir it in. Now that's been in my refrigerator since yesterday, but it will warm right up with this rice. All I do is stir it in, and there we go. That's it. And I have, how much time do we have left on that cake? 3 minutes, okay? I am curious. Are you curious to see how this cake turned out? I am so curious. Okay, so I'm going to take this rice. I'm going to set it over there because that's the vent of my oven. So heat's coming out of there, and that's going to keep that warm. Now, if it was there too long, it would probably dry it out. But it's only going to be there 3 minutes. So that will kind of get some nice warmth in there. So this is my dishwasher. We are done. Whew, that was hot. So we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to take the temperature of those cakes. I'm going to take their temperature. Here, you can look at the rice. And then I'll move it for that. I'll move it for that later. Okay, let me get the little spoons over here out of the way. Is it going to look like this? I'll take the picture. I hope so. Because the thing is, I'm not going to eat those right away. It says serve immediately, and I can't serve it immediately. So it probably won't be quite as runny when I finally get to eat it, but that's okay. Now, here's the thing about this. It says serve it immediately. I'm not going to be able to tell. But, oh well. It'll still be good. They'll probably just cook a little more. But we will do what we can do. And have what we can have. Story of my life. Won't be what it is. Okay. How much time we got? We have 44 seconds. Till the moment of truth. Let me get my hot pan. I think if I take the temperature of one of these cakes, it's gonna is it gonna make it ooze out? I don't know. Because I have not done this. I'm looking at them now. Oh, there's our 10 minutes. All right, let's take a little look here. Here we go. Ooh. What is the temperature? What is your temperature? Boy, it's a slow thermometer. No, it doesn't seem, no, I don't think they're done. Let's go ahead and do the 2 more minutes. And then I'll take them out. Because they are really, really still running. They're supposed to be running inside though, but I think they need the 2 more minutes. So I'm going to set 2 more minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and go. Because you saw what they look like. That's what they look like. They're going to look the same. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed watching. And that you maybe make something fun for yourself on your birthday. And I will come back later and do my ministry live. Like early evening tonight. So have a great day. Bye.